American 11, are you trying to call?
The cockpit is not answering their phone. Our number 1 has been staffed, and our 5 has been staffed.
I am going to call from Washington. I am in a situation with American 11, a possible hijack.
We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're returning to the airport.
And who's trying to call me here?
Nobody move. Everything will be okay.
The plane crashed into World Trade Center 1, 45, and World Trade Center 2.
Are they going to be able to get somebody up here?
Of course, man. We come up for you.
Well, there's no one here yet, and the floor is completely engulfed. We're on the floor, and we can't breathe.
Hold on 1 second, please.
I'm going to die, aren't I?
No.
I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
No, stay calm. You're doing a good job, ma'am. You're doing a good job.
It's so hot. I'm burning up.
Then you're fine. They're going to come get you. Can anyone hear me? Oh, my God.
On Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, the sky over New York was crystal blue. 19 Islamic terrorists boarded flights in cells of 4 to 5 people each and hijacked their respective planes. 2 commercial airlines were flown into the Twin Towers. Both towers collapsed within 2 hours. The third flight crashed into the Pentagon, and the fourth, bound for the capital, crashed into a field as passengers attempted to regain control of the plane. In total, 2,977 Americans, who kissed their loved ones goodbye, just like they did every other day before, would never come home. And a further 25,000 were wounded. It was the single largest loss of life for American emergency responders in U.S. history. 71 heroic police officers and 343 firefighters gave their life trying to rescue people from the towers. The U.S. demanded the Taliban, who governed Afghanistan, hand over bin Laden, who's responsible for the planning of the attacks on 9/11. The Taliban refused. In response, the U.S. launched an invasion of Afghanistan to capture bin Laden, destroy the al-Qaeda terrorist organization, and depose the Taliban. Later in 2003, the U.S. invaded Iraq to remove Saddam Hussein from power and establish a republic in the former autocratic state. In total, the wars of Iraq and Afghanistan resulted in the deaths of 6,851 American soldiers and another 51,944 wounded. Afghanistan, following the initial steps under President Trump to remove U.S. forces, and then the flawed and catastrophic withdrawal executed under President Biden, resulted in the sudden collapse of the Afghan government under an emboldened and aggressive Taliban advance. Today, the Taliban, an organization that shielded bin Laden and supported terrorism, is now back in power. Exactly 20 years later, what can Americans and its veterans claim they achieved? Over the last few weeks, I've struggled with the rage boiling just below the surface. I felt betrayed. We served honorably. We went to Iraq and to Afghanistan to destroy the enemy that attacked our homeland. One can ask no more than that of their soldiers. It was a noble endeavor, betrayed by incompetence and strategic narcissism. Now, it seems like much of what we did doesn't matter. But we brought freedom to people that had never known it, to women that had lived in the shadows. They finally got to experience life in its fullest. They now know what it is to be free. We demonstrated American courage to the world. And we show them no matter where you are, no matter where you're hiding, no matter how safe you think you are, we will find you and you will get American justice. We have our experiences, and our wounds are our badges of honor, and nobody can take that away from you. But there's a darkness in America masquerading as virtue. It has resurrected neo-tribalism that subdivides America into groups by race and intersectionality. It pits those groups against each other. Americans against Americans. And they call this progress. We have witnessed tribalism before. We witnessed it in Afghanistan. It breeds hate and discontent, and it eviscerates reason with primal emotion. But we know how this story ends. This does not bring peace. It tears us apart. It's time to stop pretending that these cultural issues will go away. It's time to stop pretending that attacks on American history don't matter. It's time to stop pretending that you can go about your life and everything will just be okay. It's time to stop pretending that the self-loathing of America doesn't matter. It's time to stop pretending that America will self-correct without your involvement. It's time to stop pretending that America was an evil empire. We have been a force of good throughout history, and the world would be covered in shadows without us. America needs you. It needs your involvement, and you need to take a stand, because we need to make it worth it. The sacrifice of all those Americans, those killed in the towers, those first responders, those firemen, those police officers, those soldiers that died in Afghanistan and Iraq, we need to make it worth it, because right now, there are forces in America tearing it apart. And I intend to make a stand, and a stand for the country that I love. And I ask that you stand with me. Stop pretending, because America needs you. God bless America. I mean it.